There is nothing. Only warm primordial blackness. Your conscious ferments in it. No larger than a single grain of malt. You don't have to do anything anymore. Ever. Never, ever. An inordinate amount of time passes. It is utterly void of struggle. No ex-wives are contained within it. You got it, sweet brother. Nothing upon nothing upon nothing. Coming right up, sir. Smooth passage. Alright, nothing town to fuck all borough. Do you want me to upgrade that to a one-way trip, sir? The song of death is sweet and endless. But what is this? Somewhere in the sore, bloated man meet around you. Like a fly to the ointment, your conscience sticks to it. The limbed and headed machine of pain and undignified suffering is firing up again. It wants to walk the desert.
The stench of liquor rises from your mouth, and with it, an ungodly headache. A fiery streak penetrates your skull, trying to...
Somehow, you know what it is. A caprice to name a motor carriage. You hear a jingle. Keys are clinking in the pocket of your... It says, whirling in rags, on the aluminium key ring. There is a single key on the ring. This fan has two chain pull switches. One ends in a tiny fan, the other in a light bulb. A truly horrific necktie has somehow attached itself to one of the blades. The blades come squeaking to a halt. It should be easier to reach the tie now. You reach out to grab the tie, but what's this? Diffuse, radiating chest pain. Doom comes over you. This is bad. Feels like sharp stones grind for quite a still ongoing. Finally, the pressure recedes. You find yourself covered in cold sweat and trying not to move, hoping it will keep you from dying. A mirror hangs above a bent and broken sink. In a fierce discharge of masculine energy, someone has ripped half the faucet off. Was this not the same Elo that founds empires and lays waste to cities? Probably not, no. Hot water sprays from the faucet's base, and steam covers the mirror. Suddenly, you realize you have no memory of the face that awaits you there, underneath the soft vapor. As you slowly reach your hand towards the surface of the mirror. Abort. You clearly have not thought this through. You won't like what you see there, and you will never unbecome it. Behold. You have no idea who this thing is, do you? Too late. You clearly have rigor mortis on your face. Or wait, is that an expression? Are you trying to make an expression with that face? Why? Please stop. It's horrible. You're scaring yourself. You can't, can you? It's like it's not even voluntary anymore. What does it even mean? What is the emotion you're trying to convey? You are correct. It belongs in the new, the third decade of the current century. Enough time had passed from the failure of the revolution that, for a fleeting moment, free market economy seemed like the ultimate, uncontested way of life. Things were good. It was smooth sailing. People made gold and champagne-tinted interiors and facades to suit the times, calling this the new style. But more importantly, disco happened. For Revachol, your city, that meant only one thing. If it doesn't rhyme, you're not pronouncing it right. Out of the dazzling swirl of disco music, in an open-air boîte de nuit, somewhere in Revachol West, Guillaume's blonde mane appeared on the screen. He sang some bullshit. Then he made the expression. You have some understanding of the near history of disco. The rest is darkness, aside from the useless fact that the motor carriage outside was a caprice cinema. Some 20-odd years. There is a vast ocean of time between right now and the expression. Looking good on you, or anyone. Humanity has run aground in that time. It's a different world now. The expression is a relic. Everyone loved it. Maybe you thought some of the stardust would rub off on you. Maybe it did. Either way, it's all gone now. Only the grimace remains. The click is used to spur on a horse. It also features heavily in Guillaume Le Million's regional mega hit, Don't Worry, Your Pretty Little Head. It doesn't have to be. You can swoon over Guillaume and his champagne-corked smile whenever you want to. Maybe some of the stardust will return. This fan has two chain pull switches. One ends in a tiny fan. A terrible mistake. Turn the lights off immediately. You can practically feel the photons burning a hole in your brain. The lights are off. The window stands broken in its frame. Cold wind blows in. The shards face outward. Whatever broke this window came from the inside. A fine web of scarring covers the back of your right hand, but none of it is recent. More likely a projectile than a held object. There are no fragments on the floor from pulling a tool back in after impact. It is too large for a bullet, yet too small for a piece of furniture, like the green shoe that's on the hat rack in the corner, which, coincidentally, is missing its friend. Congratulations, you smashed the window with your own shoe. Now you only have one. If you're lucky, you can still find the other. The cool wind gushes in. Your toes curl up from the cold.
Hello, officer.
The young woman raises a cigarette to her lips. A silver jumpsuit falls off her like scale armor, sparkling. This is the sparkle of too many nights out on the city.
No. Because you're a police officer, sir. I am, yes. Unless you've been feeding us a set of very well-rehearsed lies all this time. You've been here for 3 days. On official police business, no less. Couldn't say. In truth, so far, mostly drinking.
You have no doubt about the drinking. But do you strike yourself as a tight-lipped drunk? She must have heard something. She nods.
There's a mercenary out back. He's been hanged. The body has been there for a week now. The locals probably got tired of it and called the cops. I didn't mean to overwhelm you with information. You seem a bit lost, officer. Could it be because of the drinking? Don't be so harsh on yourself. They let almost anyone be a police officer.
The words have already left your mouth.
Да все нормально, с микрофоном молчу просто. Я читаю, вижу и угораю. Здорово.
What was that? That's not even how words are used. What did you say? Come on, say it again. No, you see, that's not what you said. You said... Come on, man. Freddie, please. One more time. Goddamn right you did. You crazy asshole, you. What kind of cop are you? Has the time come already? You're one intense cop. Anyone ever tell you that? Okay, sir. I have to ask. Do you really not remember? Just like that? You drank so much you lost your memory?
Хотя такого чела старого и с перегаром вряд ли кто-то полюбит. Или кто-то даст моденько. На столе что-то есть. Реалы. Реалы это у нас Бразилия, по-моему. Такс.
There they both are. Two identical shoes, both copiously green and like two baby crocodiles. Good, they're balanced, comfy. Feels like the only good thing about you.
Запах моря. меня минус эквилибристика тупо за то, что я ношу одежду. Лишний вес, типа. Гильем Лемион. Хз, кто это? Ого, бегать могу.
The door is closed. There is no answer. You hear the shower being turned on. A tremendous loneliness comes over you. Everybody in the world is doing something without you. The door is closed. This door can only be opened with a key or from the inside. Still no answer.
Ладно, моется женщины не дадут. Опа.
You should totally sing karaoke here, the first chance you get. Your emotions need to be expressed. People need to know your vast, oceanic soul. Of course, at this point, precise measurements of your soul through a PA by other people. You have not yet stumbled on the right lamentation, but it's out there. It'll come to you. You will wreak havoc with it.
Английский на слух, ну, часть понимаю, но он читает так медленно, что я успеваю прочитать так уже. Сюжет не очень понимаю, я пока понял, что я алкаш какой-то и все. Который не помнит вообще нихуя. Я вот узнал, что труп висит на дереве и все. И я мент. Ну, сейчас разберемся по ходу игры, чё. Так, что-то там. Тут я слышал, типа, надо очень много читать лучше на английском, потому что очень много, типа, шуток и вот этих идиом английских. Чтобы воспринять их правильно, надо на английском читать. Ну, пока вроде нормально.
Serves them right. Wipe that smirk off their face with your sad, tragic song. You have to find something tragic to sing
Спуть
first.
под караоке. А, так, задание, карта есть. А, карта это типа то, что я... Проверки, типа. Это типа ДНДшка, только под стилистику детектива. Твое место здесь. А как петь?
A man in his late 20s stands behind the counter, inspecting a stuffed seabird. As you approach, that was disdain in his eyes. Even now he's purposely ignoring you.
Oh no, you're a hero. A real hero cop.
Could the massive property damage upstairs have anything to do with this?
Am I? Or did you ride in, take the body down, solve the murder, and not trash my hostel room? No, you see, actually, you didn't. You haven't done anything even remotely useful since you got here. No, I haven't seen you around. I'm not always here.
A competent work of taxidermy. The white and brown seabird lies among piles of coasters and drying mugs. One of its wings broken. The man is trying to mend it.
Что такое костеры?
Looks like the bird was ripped off the shield that was used. This is the great skua. The seabird is the symbol for the discovery of the Insulindian Isola, the part of the world you are in right now.
Look, your buddy is over there. Why don't you go and talk to him, okay?
He pretends not to hear you, concentrating on the bird instead.
Так, понятно, хуй какой-то. Я что-то получил, а что получил, хуй знает где смотреть. Либо это не используемое, просто сразу дает плюсик. А, все, оно тут находится. Это работает. Мне вообще туда не надо. Я очень много слов, которых я особо не понимаю. Давай попробуем, конечно, но я что-то не уверен.
Hello, sweetie.
Здравствуй,
You
сладкий.
shouldn't keep your colleague waiting.
Не заставляй своего приятеля ждать. Показывать на своего друга Алька. Ну, на это. Лучше на русском. Там, если кто-то придет, он хотя бы прочитает, о чем я вообще играю. Пинбола не подключен. А так хотя бы вот этот внутренний голос говорит на английском уже хорошо.
A bespectacled man in an orange bomber jacket is tapping his foot on the floor. Looks like he's waiting for someone. As you approach, he narrows his eyes and extends his hand in greeting. If an assault were launched on this building right now, if the windows came crashing down and the whole world descended upon you, this man would hurl himself in death's way to save you. You are sure of this.
Hello, I'm Kim Kitsuragi, Lieutenant, Precinct 57. You must be from the 41st.
You realize he is waiting for your name.
Я не знаю, свое имя нужно либо придумать, либо сказать, что я не знаю, кто я. Охуенно. Врать ему, не знаю, смысла нет, наверное.
Okay then. It looks like we had a little scheduling error on Sunday.
What he means is, he has been trying to meet up with you for 2 days, but you have been otherwise occupied.
Не опрашивал.
Then we should ask him for a rundown of the area. Get me up to speed. I understand this. It also wouldn't hurt to assure him the police are finally here. In full force, I mean. Have you mapped out the initial interviews? Okay, we'll have time for that after we take a... Have you removed the dead body from the tree? So, the body...
This is the first time you detect a weariness in the lieutenant's voice. It is obvious he...
Where it has been hanging for 7 days straight. We should go there as soon as we are done talking to the owner. I can see you drank last night and the night before, and that you are still drunk now. But I have... If you need something for your headache, there is a general store nearby. But as I said, the dead body should be our #1 concern. After you, officer.
If you're about to embark on an investigation, shouldn't you have a badge?
You mean you don't have a badge? Losing your identification card is a serious matter. My vehicle has a shortwave. You can use it to report your badge missing. I advise you to try.
Так, в тюрьме есть помощник.
The man with the unimpressive beard notices you approaching.
Не, он
He
думает,
drops
что я
the
полицей.
ledger he
Он
was holding
лейтенант
and turns
сам.
to the
Он с
lieutenant.
57-го участка, я с 41-го. Как он сказал.
Mr. Gart, right?
Yes.
I am Kim Kitsuragi from Precinct 57. This is an inter-district investigation, so joining me from Precinct 41? Right. Now, I know it took us a while to arrive at the scene. It also took you a while to call us and report the death.
No, I only just got here. It was probably Sylvie who called you. She usually...
Do you have her number?
As a matter of fact, I do.
А что такое костеры или костеры?
You said you just got here. From
What, of Martinez? No, I live in Jamrock. I only sometimes come here to keep an eye on the place.
But you still know your way around, yes? In case we need directions.
Yes, I know where some things are, but as I said, I don't live here.
I didn't imply that.
He probably means this is where you step in and ask your questions. His face expresses profound doubt in your having this. Ask him about the body's location before asking if he killed him. People give up information in the more innocuous questions.
Behind this building, there's a courtyard. They hoisted him up on a tree. That's easy. See that door there? First you exit through that. Then, to your right, you should see a big hole in the fence. A really big one. You can get to the courtyard through there. No need for the keys. The hole is big enough for the Franco... She went away because none of...
Have they not been telling you you're a cop?
Okay, you got me. She went away because of the dead body out back. And because I asked for her number. That's why Sylvie went away. I hope you appreciate that.
Не понял, почему ее нет. Он как-то странно объяснил.
Thank you.
I asked an employee out. She didn't want to come, but felt obliged to.
А,
What a
все,
bad idea.
понятно.
Now, what is so goddamn fascinating about that for you? It's got nothing to do with the lynching. Good for you. Was there something else? I'd like to get back to what I was doing.
Let's go.
Not so fast. You owe me 130 real. Oh, excuse me. You owe me 130 real.
The IIR, or Inter-Isolary Real, is the global reserve currency. Whatever part of the world you're in right now, it's safe to assume he means you owe.
Wow, you're a genius. Yes, that's right. Money. You owe this establishment 130 real. Let's see. 3 nights at a tariff of 20 real comes to 60 real. Then there's the window you annihilate. Another thing you've annihilated is half the bar. You've run a tab of 30 real. Actually more, but we'll round it down to 30 for your hard work maintaining the stability and order of Revachol. That's 60 plus 40 plus 30 equals 130 real. And yes, real is still money. What are you, a philosopher? Money is what grown-up people use to pay for things. Things like this hostel room or 8 bottles of potent blend and 9 packs of... Yes, it is. No, you see, that's 40 cents. Cents are a form of currency 100 times smaller than the real. I'm not even going to take this.
He stands silently, looking at the cop. Isn't it evil? The order of magnitude between what is asked of a person and what they have? There's a shuffle of nylon as Lieutenant Kitsuragi. That's cop 4. I haven't offered to pay because I don't have any money either.
I'm sorry, but he has to pay. I can't let him stay here any longer if he doesn't. If he doesn't have...
Officer, maybe you're better off working this from home for now. You live in Jamrock, right? It's not that far away. Officer, you really need to take this up with your station. I have a shortwave radio in my car. Call them.
Good luck.
By the way, where is home? The address is coming up blank, but you've been at this hostel cafeteria for only 3 nights. Where were you before? You had to be somewhere. You don't really know, do you? A vague, blackened image doesn't sound like somewhere you can stay if you run out of money.
Бомжикоп хули.
You can
Хороший
try.
диалог.
Run some addresses in your head when you get the time. Maybe a street.
Нихуя тут связи можно делать, ё-моё. Подожди. А, подожди, нет, это как работает? А, это типа исследуешь, бонус дается, пока исследуешь.
Yes?
No response. He's having trouble processing it, believing it even.
Have you tried concentrating on something other than your...
There is a sudden, harsh edge to his voice, like he's tired of hearing about your personal affairs.
Fine. We should get through this day first. Off hours begin at 9 p.m. If you're still having trouble then, I can give you an orientation. Focus on other people's troubles, not your own. That is the
A moment passes. The lieutenant glances at the sports watch on his wrist.
Чё, пошли труп искать?
The theme on that pinball machine is a standard royalist theme, used clinging to a picture book version of the past century, waiting for the king to come back and cast out all the profiteers and homosexuals. Basically, imagine a yellow plastic crown with a liquor brand emblazoned on it. It comes free with a 6-pack of Vermilion Roy d'Or. The words Roy d'Or are stamped into the crown. The sentiment is called anti-centennial nostalgia. Pioneer.
Приоткрыто предсалон. А все, танков нема. Давай, Нику. Да я еще только вышел, я уже прошло 40 минут стрима, я еще только из здания вышел. Это надолго. Нахер полицию. Тут написал. 2 мусоров.
The RCM in Martinez. What can I help you with? Of course. What can I help you with? Of course. Where to? Oh, that's right there, in the yard.
She's relieved someone has come for it, finally.
Some shops and a bridge. The canal bridge leads to the coast, but it's broken. Just coast. There's a little fishing village there, and a fish, no problem. Of course. I won't hold you back.
Сомневаюсь, что это она писала. Черт какой-то. Ну, юг, это, наверное, туда, куда я сейчас иду, а мне на север туда, получается.
Before you stands a motor carriage. Vapor emanates from the large engine on the back of the vehicle. It hasn't. This must be the infernal machine, that toy from Oblivion. The Caprice Kinema motor carriage. In the cabin, you are welcomed by a set of steering levers, a radio microphone on a hook, a pull-out toolbox under the seat, and the soft glow of the fuel preheat. The frequency tableau lights up, and a green button labeled Prime Line glow. The soft purr of electrical kittens, radio waves cast.
This is Precinct 57.
Hello, Alice. Please assist our colleague from the 41st precinct here. I'm putting him on.
This is Officer Alice Demetri, Precinct 57. How may I assist you? Just a second, officer.
10-2, 10-5. This is 41st. Come in. Over.
Francis.
A scrawny old man sits in a dusty cubicle, smoking, with a large white rectangle sewn on his... The man uses relay code. You got this. You're a cop.
10-4, message received. 10-5, relay message. What's your state? 10-18, state your message, sir. 10-9, over. 10-4, message received. This is a very serious... Is it him? What does he want? Says he lost his badge and needs to report it. He what? He lost his badge? Who lost his badge? Dick fucking Mullen. Who do you think?
О, меня Дик Малин
It's
зовут.
Officer Dick Mullen from the bestseller Dick Mullen and the Lost Identity.
Dick Mullen is not your name. It's the name of a fictional detective who would not... Defend yourself. Immediately. They're laughing at you.
Ten-4, I hear you, officer. I'm just going to make a note here that you are in pursuit of your misplaced badge. Over. Fuck me! Mac, come here! You've got to hear this. Dick Mullen What's going on? Super Cop here lost his badge. He lost his what now? His badge. He lost his goddamn fucking badge. He asks you to please stop saying he lost... Why? Did he find it? Sergeant Orson was wondering if you found your badge yet.
Сучар.
Sorry. It's hard to think like this.
He's not replying. Looks like he's still looking for it. 10-9, come again. I didn't get that. Over. New heights even for Captain Sober. Ask him. Ask him if he's lost his gun. Sergeant Orson wants to know if you lost your gun too.
Check your pockets. Check your... Holy fuck. You don't know where it is.
Бля, еще пистолет нет.
No. It's gone. It's not fucking on you.
Пробить кого-нибудь? Ну вот сейчас пробьем кого-нибудь. Пока только на дереве чел пробитый висит. Надо дойти до него.
10-9, come in, officer. Did you get my question? We were wondering about your gun. Over.
Блять, сказать, что у меня пистолета нет. Ну, спиздеть. Либо сказать, что, бля, я его просрал, тогда что не сделают. Штрафанут. Мне лучше тогда спиздеть. Че, эти твари смеяться будут?
Lying over the phone, it's easy. Just say it like it's the truth.
He says he didn't. Thank God for that. That would have been a nightmare. I don't even want to imagine the poor prick who has to relay that kind of news to the captain. Losing his badge is bad enough. Tell him to find it and fast. We can't have some gangbanger running around with it. We're all glad to hear you've not lost your gun, officer. You need further assistance?
Спасибо за донат. Сейчас, секунду, прочитаю.
Ten-4, I hear you. I don't have... What does he want now? He's asking for money. Is he fucking kidding?
Какой билд выбрали? Я выбрал свой билд на основе интеллекта и психики. Там 5, 3, 2, 2, что-то такое. А основным вот этим Ой, не то. Сейчас. Вот так, короче. Взял логику.
I don't think he is.
Don't give that asshole anything. He's just gonna drink it all.
Right. That's a negative on the additional funds, sir. Over. Anything else, sir? Over. Roger that. 10-10. Over and out.
A metallic drawer slides out from under the seat and clicks.
Take what you need, officer. It's going to be a long case.
He's clearly a little protective of his tools. But what can you do? Work is work. It's robust, weatherproof, and well-made. Police issue lets you see things in the dark you would otherwise miss.
Чтобы не заметил, окей.
The pry bar feels nice and cold in your hand. Useful for opening all sorts of doors and lids. The handles are long and sleek. Snap, snap, go the cutters in your hand. The pull-out toolbox slides back into its nest. Preheater gauge casts a warm glow on the steering levers, and the rate.
Так, окей. Пошли куда-нибудь. Сейчас этой попцой мужиком. Кто это вообще? Мужик.
A simple little cadence. He seems to be making it up as he goes.
It's the jam, my man. It's a traffic jam for the ages. Harbor gates up the street are shut tight. No explanation given. Workers on strike, scabs agitating, an all-around clusterfuck. Meanwhile, we're all stuck here in long-haul limbo for days upon days upon days. Upon days. Feels like forever. Like I was born on this here roundabout and this was all I ever knew. Just me and the metal and the tires, the oil and the fumes of mazout.
Mazout is an antiquated term for heavy fuel oils. This man has a barely suppressed performative streak. Or he just likes unusual words. Or both.
Yeah, imagine. It's been a whole week already. So tell me, what do you need? He ain't one of us drivers. I know that. All accounted for. Otherwise, I haven't really asked.
It's easy to see he's telling the truth. He's kept his nose out of the dark stuff.
Видоборный. Ну, курит, пердит, стоит. Понятно.
The man taps his fingers rhythmically against his arm.
Oh, high-grade narcotics, illegal firearms.
Relax. He's merely joking.
Ha! No, I'm joking, my man. Found runs a nice, clean business. This haul of cargo is mostly sporting goods. You know, tracksuits and that kind. They usually get shipped to Grad and the Occident. Though we've been making headway in the Il Moran market lately. We're pals and all, but I can't just freely hand out the merchandise. The bosses won't be happy.
The man taps his fingers rhythmically against his arm.
It's like whatever's going on over at the docks. Workers got a blockade set up, making demands, no way in. Some pretty wild stuff, I hear. Like a giant new power crane in half the company? I forget what exactly. Good on them. I've heard talk there's a company rep in town too. Like a strike negotiator type. They'd know what's up.
Ah, yes, from the Wild Pines. We'll meet her soon enough, I'm sure.
Anything else? Yeah, this ain't really my area of expertise. I just do my job and get paid. I have things to do, and us lorry drivers, camionneurs. You still hang around here waiting for this mess to end. Most have scurried off somewhere to get drunk or high. Or late. Not my thing. Chasing transient pleasures is a drag these days. I prefer the examined life now. Thinking, reflecting, observing. Don't be a stranger.
Деньги я у меня просить не буду. Понятное дело. Сломанная статуя. Комикс продать.
Welcome to
А,
Rivachol.
не.
Don't you welcome to Revachol me. My grandfather came here from a 3,000-year-old racist isolationist culture, while you're in every school of thought and government has failed in the city. But I love it nonetheless. It belongs to me as much as it belongs to you. It's men like you who keep Revachol divided, making it that much harder for everyone to climb out of this post-war limbo.
What he means is, fixation on the Revacholian nation makes it harder for Revachol to actually attain self-determination.
Oh, come on, man. I just said welcome to Rivachol. It's a lorry drive.
I know exactly what you meant. You think my kind doesn't belong here. That I
Он, по
should
сути, тоже
watch
белый.
myself
Или он
and
какой-то другой
behave.
нации.
But you see, I'm an officer of the RCM. It's actually my job to make...
Silence. The air between them. Your partner needs backup. Now's your moment to shine.
I haven't learned anything I didn't know before.
The lieutenant exhales and resumes his regular calmness.
Whatever you say, officers. Oh, not much anymore. I'm here to pick up some cargo, but the dock workers are on strike, so it's a sit and wait on apples.
Apples, армян, что ли?
Apples is exactly the kind of thing you'd say if you had something to hide.
Mirror's Edge? Нет, не играл. Смотрел только стримы.
Yeah, apples? I take it you had other questions?
Магний. Чего он мусорки делает? Oh my.
You see several packaged raincoats fill a low shelf beneath a display of croissants and juice bottles. The raincoats are transparent, except for the big... The tear machine stands in the corner. A sign says, 1 bottle equals 10 cents. A small cabinet on the wall is filled with various medicine bottles. Nasal spray. Their logo is the bloodless rose. Pure.
Just ask me if you need anything from Saint Baptiste. We don't stock prescription meds, but we do have Nosafed, Duramine, Magnesium, and Hypnogamma.
A colorful display of cigarettes and alcohol bottles. There, in that dark green glass. All in vain. The great flowing river of warmth, wine, alcohol, beer, alcohol, love.
Guess not, no. I'm obliged to inform you that both alcohol and cigarettes damage your health, but I guess you already know that. Welcome to Frit. Feel free to look around or something. Everything is out on the shelves.
What's that magazine she's reading?
You mean this? This is Popstars.
Опа, лесбиянки.
It's got like famous people in it. It's not for
Удобряем.
sale.
Looks like it also has something called Police de la Mode, featured on page 34. This speaks to you.
Yeah, they're kind of boring, but you know. Okay. I'm not really supposed to be chatting to anyone, but I don't really know anything. I mean, I know it's there, but not really. No. I didn't know him at all. I don't know.
No need to worry. It's just standard procedure for us to ask around. If you hear anything...
Okay.
Или 20-21 день.
Uh-huh.
Молодняк, короче. Я богат.
A lorry stuck in the traffic jam. This big, heavy Grad-made machine is well kept for such. A lorry stuck in the windows are clear. They've been recently washed. You can see a lorryman's cabin with personal belongings. The driver has adorned his space with a substantial collection of peculiar paraphernalia. Proclamations about honor, strength,
А, это, наверное,
and purity
грузовик
are
того
glued
чела,
to various panels.
который яблоки привез.
The back end of the cabin has a small perch to sleep. Large ashtrays, a book with ragged edges catches your notice. The front cover features a large, muscular man.
Racist, nationalist,
Да,
paraphernalia.
походу.
Not unusual in this part of town. This is our guy. Likely, yes. This guy's proud of who he is.
Ну,
Writes it
вроде.
all over his machine.
Так, и как тут распределять... А, все, понял. Сейчас, блядь, сделаем. На что потратить, интересно? Так, сел, но я хочу интеллект, психику качать. А, тут надо именно отдельно качать каждый. Можно все раскачать. Пока так, потом надо как-то внушение раскачать, наверное. Вроде полезная вещь. Так, она качнулась, ага.
A Stars Ryko, one of the finest Zhimsk-made motor carriages ever. An oldie, but a gold.
Майка алкашка, то что надо. Ладно, иногда можно надевать, когда надо что-нибудь.
The small, wrinkled woman does not greet you. She nods along to something on her radio. The photo, an ambrotype from the turn of the century, as golden as her smile. No response wherever this woman is. Your words fade.
Wait. She's just a distracted old woman. Better to leave her alone.
Ладно, похер на бабцу. Все равно ничего не скажет.
An old monument stands in the middle of the traffic island, pointing toward the sea. It looks a silver plaque on the statue's pedestal reads, I am Philip III, the Squanderer, the greatest of the Philippian kings of Revachol, son of Philip. What did he do? You have no idea what you did a week ago. How would you? High above you, the king stands triumphantly oblivious.
Ну ладно.
Bastards! We have a right to work! Hold up and stay frosty, everyone. Cops are here.
You here to fuck with us? Beat the honest worker down. We're here to fight for a cause. Stripes usually have problems with people who have causes. Good. We're fighting for a cause here.
Right to...
Besides, we're not that different. It helps if people see us talking cops and strikebreakers together. Shows authorities are on our side. Builds confidence. Maybe you should ask them the questions, like, why we're not allowed. We have families to feed, you piece of shit.
So do we, Scott.
Honest men and women with rights to work, to be useful, not toys for corporate interests. We came here to help the harbor run smoothly in time of crisis. If Union fucks...
I have a question. Why do all these men
You think they follow because I'm big and loud? No. They follow the rules of the market, the rules of the economy, because we were promised work. We'd be in there, working, if the bastards hadn't shut the gates. Main gate's locked. Would take heavy ordnance to bust it open, and try to get in through the secretary's office. Door's locked, and I don't mean the scrawny mess punk either. I mean head measurer, or whatever he is. Huge Seminese guy standing up there on the overhead passage. Won't let anyone by. The access panel is right behind him. Bad. Standing on a narrow bridge, he's got a strategically advantageous position. I don't know how the Union has a trained killer up there. But that one's no joke, and my men are tired and hungry. They're like civilized folk, you mean? These native fucks don't understand civilized.
It would be better for the neighborhood if you went home, at least for now. If you can't get in.
No! They will give up eventually. Or get drunk. Leave the button unguarded. Then
Scott?
You're hazy on the notion of a scab. Smells like politics, though. Maybe it's got something to do with the flask he reaches for from time to time.
A kind of a worm, content with mere survival. They come, they want to do our job for shittier pay, screwing over both themselves and us. Everybody loses. Gotta be bloody stupid or freaking evil to scam. Or I guess, scared maybe. But scared of what? Of who? Personally, I'd rather beg than scam. If the gentleman shouting on the street came begging, maybe they'd have gotten something. Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. These scabs ain't begging. They ain't holding on to their integrity. I was just messing with you. No one's ever seen a cop scab. Imagine, you cops going on a strike, but then another cop comes in and says, let us cop for less money. Speaking of, what brings the RCM here? To the wild north? Come to see the strife? Murder, huh? That sounds like a lot of hard work. You'd never see me investigating a murder. Of course, Policia. It wasn't me. You can rule me out.
He didn't do it. It's the truth.
Разговор ни о чем. Пошли отсюда. Надо как-то попасть туда, где север. Видимо, не в эту сторону. В другую.
This Postlavantorie mail collection box has been heavily vandalized with graffito. A closer inspection reveals 2 bullet holes in.
Где здесь пакет?
Hello, sir. Step right in. The store is open. Are you interested in a new and exciting book? Okay, sir. I'll try to answer any questions you have. My name is Annette, sir. My mum, her name is Plaisance. She owns the store. She's inside minding the register or organising. Feel free to step in and browse our wares. I'm signalling that the store is open. Otherwise, people might not know. They'd miss out on the crime, romance and biographies of famous people. Thank you, sir. I'm happy to help Mum out with the store. I do my studies at home at the moment. I have to help Mum keep this place running. Mum says it's necessary to do both because it builds character. Mum says a proper worker is dutiful. That's how you get ahead. Mum says it's peachy. She was a little afraid at first. There's talk about this house being cursed. Cursed in the way that makes them say that no business has ever really thrived here, sir. That they all go... Exactly, but we've been doing fine so far. They shouldn't be, but they seem real. Anyhow, they say that these grounds are doomed for businesses. Of course, sir.
Пошли, зайдем, посмотрим. Привет, уличник.
Welcome to Crime, Romance and Biographies of Famous People. Be welcome, and please take responsibility for the energy you bring into this space. I am the proudest owner of our little shop of culture. Annette, yes, my daughter. I hope she wasn't slacking off again with her nose in science fiction. Tell me, was she at... Wonderful! Did you talk to her? Great! On a scale of 1 to 10, how compelled were you to buy books after talking with her? My precious, her dedication brings joy to my heart. If you have children, I hope they turn out as great as my Annette. Mind your own business, sir. In our society, people don't get to tell each other how to raise...
Denial is the way she copes with criticism. The woman before you scans the store.
Cursed? Who said that? Annette? I will have a word with her. This place...
What in God's name is she talking about?
Так, там все книги. Ну, пошли сход. Может, что-нибудь возьму.
These shelves are overburdened with books from the same series. You see the name.
Oh, crime, robberies, murders, even sexual crimes. You're a police officer, apparently. You should buy all of these.
Конечно. Если бы так это работало по книгам сайт детектива.
Biographies of famous people. You see a lot.
Нет, биография не интересна.
Several maps have been attached to a bulletin board hidden in. The maps look old and faded. Your eye catches a map of Insulinda, a map of Revish. The north coast of a verdant island is shattered by the delta of a river. It is the River Esperance. Countless bridges put the shards back to the east, rolling hillsides. Le Jardin, Stella Marie, the suburbs of Houdon. It's somewhere to live. Not bad. Then there's Jamrock. It's bad. People shouldn't live there. But you feel you're just west of Coal City, somewhere above Jamrock and close to Coal City. It's not really a map. It's a tourist thing. A picture postcard with... Still, it's detailed. Could be pretty useful for scouting ahead. You see the jagged boxes of an industrial harbor. This large map displays archipelagos. You see a constellation of Ozon, Laurentide, Fas Alamir, archipelagos, North Arcade Islands, all just specks of disintegrating into mathematics. In the northeast, a dust mite stands on the north coast of Caillou in a bookstore. It's you. You can, on Caillou, Revachol, a single black star, on Ozon, Fondelier, and 850 million people live on these little dots. An oceanic world of culture and commerce torn apart. The ocean breaks apart into a tangle of cosines and azimuths. All point connections to other worlds. Words past the Insulindian. Unknown. You have little idea what they are. Distant stars. Gods. But looking at them makes you feel almost, perhaps they are gods. Gods of distance and outer dust.
I'm sorry, officer. The map of Martinez is the only one available. The other two, they're quite valuable, though they might not look it. The map of Martinez is 90 cents, though. That old thing. It's an out-of-date map of a tourist from when some design studio people tried to spruce the place up 4 or 5 years ago. They also...
The place does not look like a successful tourist.
They didn't get that far, for some reason. A shame the project never got going. Would be nice if someone fixed Martinez up. All these ruins are bad for business.
Карта мне пока не нужна.
This bookstore is not strictly about crime, romance, and biographies of famous people. There's also a wide range of paranatural. You see a set of tattered curtains blocking the way to another room.
Excuse me, officer. The back room is strictly for employees only. Nothing. Now please go back to browsing the books. Don't you feel compelled to look at the books? The books are all you can.
She speaks almost as if she's trying to put a spell on you, urging you to buy. Oddly enough, the more she tries to draw you away from the curtains, the more you see some kind of charm, an irregular polyhedron assembled from bones, sticks, and straw. This is a traditional Seminese ward, meant to provide protection against ill inhabitants of Ile de Fantôme. Aside from poking at it suspiciously, there is nothing else to do with the fish head charm at this time. The curtains remain shut.
То есть это верит своей дочери, то, что место проклято, повесила амулет и закрыла. Если я открою, то она типа это сагрится, наверное. Давай откроем.
The curtains tattered with age. Just as you're about to pull apart the curtains, the petrified voice of the
Sir, don't touch that. I told you it's off limits for the Parapsychologically speaking, we're done if you decide to open them. I won't be held responsible for
В парапсихологическом плане нам конец.
She looks away, mumbling. Why is everyone always messing with the curtains? Why can't they just buy books like normal people?
No, it's just a storeroom for the employees, I told you. Now please step away from the curtains. Why? It's not like anyone was killed there. I am sorry, I don't mean to be so impolite. Just please don't go there. I can't allow that. You'll only make things worse and unleash the powers. You do? My God, even more reasons not to mess with the curtains. Just step away, dear sir. No! Please just talk to me, officer. Come here.
Talking is always good. Ghost, the curtains, tattered with age and covered in dust, hang before you, as if...
Что-то боится.
Hello again, esteemed officer, and welcome to Crime, Romance. I already told you, it's just a storage room for employees. Just let it go, officer. Go buy some goddamn books.
She recites it like it's a poem, or like she's playing a role she's grown tired of.
It's just for decoration. Okay, fine. It's because this place is cursed. Just like Annette said, they don't call it the doomed commercial area for nothing. Are you happy now, officer? Happy that you've ruined everything? The curse is so much worse than you could imagine. It's a disease, eating at the very foundation. It's the curse of financial distress, of ruin and bankruptcy. It's not just that, officer. We're dealing with something supernatural here. It's the cacodemons feeding off bad business practice. There's something wrong with this building, I can tell you. Ever since I arrived, I've sensed an eerie, lingering presence, as if I was unwanted here. It's not good to talk about the curse, not in detail. The negativism, it's dangerous.
Wow. Void raves. You have new words.
Most certainly not. I don't want anyone who's not familiar with the psychic arts to get involved.
My liege, you know what this case calls for? A para-detective. Slither up to her, you silver-tongued fiend. Show her what world-class perfidy looks like.
Are you sure? Don't think I haven't seen charlatans before. You're no para-detective. You look nothing like one. And you're clear.
You look like one. The lieutenant keeps his usual stony calm. Go ahead then. Rock her world, he thinks. I'll compose some notes.
How do you know all this?
Here we go.
Бля, ебал, он ее душит.
You're part Simonese. Oh, it means our meeting couldn't. But I am not the only one at risk. I have to think of my daughter. You are certain you can help us? Keep us safe? I can't allow any collateral damage to hit us. If you promise, good officer, then you might be our last hope. Do you swear it? Thank you, sir. There's one more thing I haven't told you about yet. The entity.
Do not act surprised.
Yes, a malignant entity that lives inside the chimney. It takes the form of a woman. A witch, most likely. She or it must be connected to the curse somehow. Yes, that chimney is part of the building's central furnace, and it's enormous. She has barricaded herself. Some unnatural magic, I assume. You should go find the entity and ask what happened to all the companies in the building. What is the source of this curse? Oh, and please do return to me after you've looked round. I'm quite anxious.
Unbelievable darkness and ruin. What you discover? Probably just some office space. Don't be scared.
Я по ушам повесил.
You see a set of tattered curtains blocking the way to... You see a dimly lit room full of dusty furniture and trash. A doorway stands in the back, covered in dust.
Oh!
Андрогинный портрет мужчины.
A heavy door with a missing handle stands before you, covered in dozens, if not hundreds, of Seminese trinkets and charms. It appears to be locked. After exerting some force, you manage to turn the key. It's eerily silent. The door slides slightly open.
Куда я пошел? Мне, бля, к трупу надо, я какой-то хуйней занимаюсь. Как обычно. Опа, качалка.
What is this place? Yes, but no one's been here in ages. I doubt the electricity still works. Good.
An eerie feeling rises in your chest.
Sounds good.
Че это? Ядро. Нахера мне ядро? Ладно. Сейчас приду, секунду. Может пригодиться. Надеюсь, можно кинуть во что-нибудь. Стрёмно.
Yes?
Лобчинский. Ну все, разбогател. Слипстрим. Че Чего? Наш специальный волок кажется таким хрупким. Это типа что-то блок памяти какой-то для компьютеров.
Looks like someone tried to reconceptualize their business here. Look, the skis and rotor blades both bear the same slipstream logo. It seems likely that they started out making one, failed to turn a profit, and then pivoted to producing the other. That's a good question. Reality is...
Все ясно.
This appears to be some kind of machine with a cube-shaped heart and a wired...
A radio computer. Just sitting here without anyone inside. We have one of these down at the station, but I never really learned how to use it.
Сейчас я посмотрю сначала, что вот это.
Your flashlight slides over an old green chalkboard covered in scribbles, sketches, and some of the writing has faded with age, but you can still make out sections here and there. These lithe, pointy-eared creatures appear to be different types of welkins. You make out autumnal candle welkins, casting, wax translucent welkins, with organs shining under their skin, and even ether welkins. You should adopt one of those welkins as your persona. No longer a mere one of the welkins, towering among the rest, appears to be different, however. It's Vara Hamira, a high welkin, his face white and scarred like cracked marble. This is clearly a welkin supremacist. The note says the Haldor, the Twarg, the humans, and even headless men, all of them, purged. Imagine a world filled only with welkin. Green.
An inordinate amount of time has gone into drawing these little welkin creatures. Some people really like building a world, I think, even if it's just for a game. This looks like concept art for a project. It's not really real. Political commentary. That one has a great beard, too. Just look at those details. So much effort.
The photo collage depicts barren, icy landscapes wrapped in perpetual night. You see permafrost and glacial landforms. Dead entire oceans have been frozen from shore to shore. There are pictures of settlements on dried-up riverbeds. You see primitive oil rigs built into glaciers, boreal dvorg, yurts under the snow. Great, albeit dark and cold, this vision also feels cozy in its own way, like eggnog or morphine, a much-needed respite from our... A pinned postcard reads, "The heat death scenario, a desperate fight for geothermal energy. And this is a monthly calendar from the year 50. Cryptic words like sprint, daily minimi, and GPI span the minimi stands for a mini meeting. It's part of a bigger framework for managing work called RUN. Station 41. As time goes on, the numbers in the boxes grow rarer and rarer. The board becomes an empty
Looks like they didn't make it.
A note in the bottom left corner of the chalkboard says, "See the prod schedule." The handwriting is only partly legible, but you can still make out 3 slogans. Call in, tune out.
Пиздец. На одной доске столько информации.
This old fireplace is covered in lines drawn in blue and red marker. The mesh spreading over the stone like blood vessels on alabaster. The whole thing resembles Kadran mosaic tiles. Very pedantic. History classes, students with their textbooks open, studying the roots of our civilization. Those aquarelle radio frequencies, it seems. UKV 123.6, UKV 1 unclear. It looks like a cardiovascular system split into veins and capillaries. Very advanced. You think so? The web is comprised of radio stations, all lead back to one red heart, titled the Game Master Frequency. A note says, this one can listen in on someone very important, the leader of a massive on-air game built by these people. A conductor for the hundreds of story threads that pass through the Game Masters. Whoever decides to call in to a call-in station, it looks like. There's no way a little basement studio working here could pull anything like this off.
My God. It's as if the less money they had, the more ambitious their project became. The schedule. I know doom when I see it. The company was running out of funding.
Nothing. It's just lines on marble.
Обанкротились. Так, давай сначала посмотрим.
The dusty radio computer sleeps on it. The machine lights up like some prehistoric animal stirring from its slumber, revealing fluorescent play and print keys on the keyboard. The hatch on it's empty like a beehive without its brood. The filament you have would fit perfectly inside the compartment. Like a smooth drawer, the filament slides into place. On the keyboard, the play key starts blinking. A bar of fabric right above the keyboard starts producing a soft hum. The sound of static seeps through the machine's planar magnet. The static gets louder, slowly filling up the abandoned hall.
Good morning. Fortress accident en rue de Saint-Ghislaine. This is East Insulindian Repeater Station 1. Please repeat. Is this the production schedule? The filament you have inserted into the reader. That was a question. Have you inserted it into the core? Good. Please.
Password. Of course it would have a password. That's why there's a human administrator involved.
No.
A hint system is not part of the protocol for repeater stations.
Still no. Received. I will register.
Don't worry. Passwords have a...
Fortress accident. Is there anything else I can do for you today? Good. Please repeat the password. Received.
Don't worry.
Надо пароль найти.
Is there anything else I can do for you today? Fortress Accident is the company on whose name the terminal you are. One moment. Fortress Accident SCA produces revolutionary interactive call-in radio games.
That's not bad.
Any other questions? Yes, I am alive. I am 74 years old and my name is Yvonne.
She repeats passwords. Programming people are all paranoid.
I work as a repeater at the East Insulindian repeater station. As for me, well, I am sitting in my cubicle now. Please tell me if there's anything else I can do, Fortress. Thank you, and goodbye.
Tiles on the cube are still smoldering, casting the framework in a soft glow. For nothing happens.
Надо искать пароль.
Okay. What do you think is going on with that computer, chalkboard, and fireplace? No, that's not it. I think it looks like one of those popular pen and paper role-playing games. Only these people were trying to automate.
Utter madness, he thinks, as a compliment.
Indeed, those Welkins are a dead giveaway. Role-playing people love that stuff. The world looks like a modified version.
Вчера они ДНДшку играли.
Super.
Или Warhammer.
Someone should give them millions of real immediately. This game is too good to be left unfinished.
Through call-in stations, none of the players have to be physically present. Anyone in the world can participate in the game, as long as they have a two-way rate. Then there's the game master frequency.
Они, по сути, онлайн-игру сделали.
Stations. I think that was supposed to coordinate the stories, functioning as a master of ceremonies of sorts. No idea. They stopped filling out the schedule on the chalkboard. Not to my knowledge. They make automated games in Graz, Messina, Königstein.
Not in Revachol West.
But I don't think anyone has attempted to create an interisolary game before. We just don't have the technology. Indeed, it's ambitious and untethered from reality, but... Yes, especially in here. Okay, let's keep moving.
Пошли искать пароль. Холодильник,
You
медведь.
see a terrifying
Нихера.
ice bear with a strange compartment in its belly. The door is covered in... The bear looks oddly realistic. Is it taxidermy? A gust of freezing cold air rushes to greet you. You hear a low grumble as the lieutenant takes a peek inside. His hand has found the holster. The shelves are empty. All you see are crumpled ice cream wrappers with the brand name, Revachol Ice City. A handwritten note has been attached to the door. You pocket the note and the little fridge magnets keeping it on the door. A friendly cartoon bear smiles back at you from a glossy cellophane wrapper. It looks nothing like the fridge.
Good question. It looks like an ice cream fridge. I know. What an unfortunate marketing choice. What is even worse, the bear is still costing them money to this day.
The fridge buzzes with energy. The electricity bill on this thing must be. The note is written with a blue pencil on a piece of lined office paper.
Does it say anything interesting?
This is tangential at best, but the lieutenant's detective instinct is someone has scribbled. S. I can't believe the off-site copy is still here. The illiterate ginger kid keeps stealing stuff from the studio. You'll find the filament memory with the off-site copy in the frozen ice cream maker. Please take it home, ASAP. It's important. I'd do it myself if I lived in a civilized place with a freezer. Take care. Sully Soif.
I don't know. I assume it's somewhere close to the Ice Bear fridge. Looks like someone from that radio game company upstairs. I'm a little surprised they just left their property lying here. That's a plausible hypothesis. It belongs inside a radio computer, storing its memory. It's like a tape. You listen to disco tapes, right? It's like one of your discs. Some local miscreant, probably. There are tons of them running around in Martinez, ready to stir up trouble. We usually dispatch...
Такс. Интересно. А, вот он, кстати, мороженка.
A few bricks have fallen off, revealing a compartment behind the wall. It's too dark to see in.
There is, yes. And there also appears to be something inside the hole. Interesting. Do you want to take a look?
Your hand reaches deep into darkness and spiderwebs, rummaging around. Most of them are rusty and inoperable, like the rest, but one catches your eye. A bolt-action model with a fine woodstock in better cosmetic.
That's a rare sight. Seems to no longer be functional, but still a beautiful thing in its own way. It means there are firearms, albeit inoperable, still lying around in Martinez. It's an interesting coincidence.
He likes this find.
Seems like an old bunker from the revolutionary period.
Это типа никак не связано, просто во время войны была комната с оружием. Ну, с тайничок, короче. Жалко, не стреляет, вместо пистолета подошла. Ну, это рабочая. Открыть ее надо, значит, будет.
This orange machine is buzzing like an old submarine. It has a hand-cranked ice cream churner on top and an electric freezer that appears to be frozen. Turning the crank feels oddly satisfying, like stirring your childhood dreams. In the distance, you hear water dripping. Turning the crank feels oddly satisfying, like stirring your childhood dreams. You slip your fingers under the frozen lid, but the ice is too cold for you to get. If you want to try again, then you need to have the pry bar in your hand, Detective. This orange machine is buzzing like an old submarine. Turning the crank feels oddly satisfying, like stirring your childhood dreams. In the distance, you hear water.
Минус 20 недостаточно надежная монтировка. Я боюсь, что 3% мне не выпадет, и я сломаю монтировку. Что-нибудь из этой серии, поэтому нахер.
Two cables are plugged into the breaker box. The red one leads to the Ice Bear fridge, and the black one to the ice cream maker nearby. Something close to you dies with a soft electric purr.
Why did you do that?
The lieutenant raises his brows, but doesn't say anything. The electric sizzle. The room is slightly quieter now.
Может, он размерзнет, и тогда это смогу открыть. Майка в сеточку. Секунду, как выглядит? Оу май. Ну это жестко. Давай в ней походим.
This orange machine is dead still. It has a hand. Turning the crank feels oddly satisfying, like stirring your childhood dreams.
Ни хера не поменялось, по сути. Потому что я ее отключил, а толку никакого. Так, я, мне кажется, там что-то пропустил, надо сходить по фасту. Потом вернуться, если что. Да.
A thick layer of coal dust covers the furnace, coloring it pitch black. It's dark and grimy here. In the darkness you can hear chatter.
What are you doing? Wait, really? We should investigate, see if someone's upstairs. You're right. The rooms do look like they're connected, but malignant entities don't exist.
Always has to be the skeptic, this man.
Зачем мне руки сажей измазывать? Непонятно. Ну пусть
A
будет.
lush layer of coal now covers your... Maybe you could paint something with this coal. Leave a cave painting for future archaeologists. No, that would...
Looks like it. Looks like an old central furnace used to heat the building. It's connected to the chimney. No one has used it in ages. No signs of any recent fire. Only dead rats.
A thick layer of coal dust. God, you muster all your strength and yell. You're dehydrated, hungover throat. A lifetime of smoking and drinking will do that. The chatter from the chimney continues on as before. Then again, maybe it's...
Maybe you should let your voice rest, officer. Try again later.
Пинать смысла не вижу.
This orange machine is dead still.
Где онлайн? Хз. Это же не тундра.
An old call box with a matrix of push buttons lists all the companies in the East Delta Commerce Center. This must be the name of the doomed commercial area. You hear static from the intercom speaker. It sounds as if someone has picked up.
Yes, hello. This is Tricentennial Electric. Have you come?
She sounds almost antique, as if her voice was being played off an old wax cylinder. A receiver must not be working properly.
My God.
The lieutenant exchanges.
It's you. My God. I didn't think I would hear your voice.
Who cares that you don't remember her? Just go along with it.
Michelle, just please. Why did you even call? I don't understand. You've been gone for months. I thought you didn't. Ever since I came to work here.
A spot of static overrides her words. When she...
It's so nice. It's so nice to be able to finally...
She sounds like she's about to cry. She doesn't answer. Silence. The only thing you can hear now is static and waves washing ashore on the bay. Another seagull passes by. It's getting...
I don't know what happened either. We should probably stop playing with this thing.
You press the number sign on the keypad that terminates the call. 12 name cards on the call
Что
box
значит
read.
восковой цилиндр? Не понял. Все остальное мне нахер не надо. Вроде. Потом посмотрю. А, нихера, я кружок дал. Я еще раз зайду, там, по-моему, еще где-то проход был. Пароль я так и не узнал. Тут что?
An iron safety curtain curves before your eyes, folded like a bellows. It covers half the room. This must be where the entity lives. This is directly above the central furnace in the cellar. The voices probably came from... Again, your voice becomes a raspy croak mid-sentence. Sire, may we suggest something? Think of the yelling into the furnace as a grand performance. Use your... Perhaps it's not such a bad idea. Try it again, son. Again, your voice becomes a... Sire, perhaps it's not...
Ну, вот кто-то есть, значит.
As before, and this is directly above. Tiles on the cube are still smoldering, casting the framework in a soft. The speaker comes to life.
Good afternoon. Please repeat. Is this thank you?
Tiles on the filament slides out of.
Чё ему тут оставаться-то? И туда я зайти не могу.
An old call box with East Delta Commerce Center. This must be the name of the doomed commercial area. Whatever she says, it can't hurt you. You're a different person now. Strong. All right. Maybe not healthier, but it's a bonus that you've drunk so. There's a light buzz as you press the doorbell, waiting for her to answer.
Yes, hello. This is Tricentennial Electric. Have you come to place an order? My God.
Here come the bad vibes again. Relax.
It's you. My God.
Wait. Is she...
Michelle. Just...
Ага. Понятно.
Why did you even call?
Is this some kind of joke? The voice from the intercom doesn't answer, but you can hear her breathing. Wind blows into your microphone.
Ever since I came to work here, it's been as if my mind's been wiped clean. It's so nice. It's so nice.
And then it hits you. She tries again not to cry, and still doesn't succeed completely. Her quiet sobs sound old and distant, as if her sound melts into the static from a long-distance phone call. From time to time, you can hear people. This is where you hung up the call the last time, but the recording. The phone rings in the office with an old-fashioned chime, and someone walks by in a pair of heels. No one replies, but the static grows stronger like rainfall. Then a female voice. Her words are too cold to comprehend. She smells of sodium lights and rain streaks on car windows. Eyes like pilot lights. What?
So... it was a recording trapped in the circuitry from some ancient tenant. This sometimes happens. Shall we conclude here? We have other mysteries to solve. Don't take this the wrong way, but during our short stint working together...
That is true. An off-key melody.
Kudos! Please stop calling here. Grown-ups don't have time for your stupid games. Oh, I'm sorry, officer. I thought you were... But the doorbell is broken, and the bookstore shouldn't even be on the list anymore, so I can't help you. Please...
A single beep indicates that the line has gone dead. You ring the door. What an ominous name for a hair salon. Doesn't bode well for anyone's hair. All you hear is static, but no one answers. You ring the doorbell, but nothing happens. You wait for a minute. Looks like someone has melted half the plastic off with silence. Silence. No one answers. Nothing happens after you. Silence. This button looks new, but someone has removed...
This button looks new. It's probably not connected yet.
Понятно, нихуя не работает. Как обычно. Трупик нашелся.
This trash container...
Kuno, the pig's getting pretty close to me. Come to snuff my shit out, I think. Looks like it's time for me to go, Kuno. Pig's come to take me in. I'm going away for a long, long time, Kuno.
What's going on there? Fuck are you trying to pull, pig?
What's this kid shit? Fucking mind games. I'd rather die than squeal.
Get the fuck out of here, face. You got... Kuno's got this.
If there ever was such a thing as an ugly kid, then this is it. He's almost exquisite in his ugliness.
Oh yeah, nappa gumpy, Kuno. Right in the dick, Kuno. Get him right in the dick.
Love it in the dick.
The boy is sweating profusely. His eyes are like two black holes and his jaw is twitching as if trying to break free from the empire of his body.
Fuck that! Kuno, yeah, right in the mouthhole!
Shits himself?
The rake, Kuno! You should throw the rake at...
The fuck? Does Kuno know what a rake is? Kuno is not a gardener.
We shouldn't do anything. I don't tell... You will see.
The language these kids are using, pure unfettered id. There will be no reasoning with those creatures.
All right, entertain the Kuno. Show me what you got. What you got there?
Irregular speech patterns, overconfidence. Could this kid be on drugs? This warrants further investigation into this Kuno.
Shitload, pig. Watch it.
Don't tell the pig shit, Kuno. Pig's choking. He's totally choking. Fucking idiot Mulkapa. Doesn't know any questions.
Kuno doesn't...
Подите, какие-то ёбнутые.
There are several footprints in the mud, left by work boots. Anywhere from 6 to 12 pairs have walked here. Heavy workers' boots with reinforced toes and hobnails, all over the yard. Isn't this something an industrial worker would wear? What do you think you are? A super detective? You're hungover. These are just dents in the mud. No
Noted.
Так, посчитать не посчитаю, окей.
The corpse looks at you with bulging white eyes. The face around them does not look human. It's swollen and ready to burst. You seem to be holding your breath. A cargo belt twists his neck at an unnatural angle. The body below appears stiff. It's letting out an ungodly rot. The smell seeps in, even through your clenched nostrils.
Active decay. It's okay to throw up, officer. No one is judging.
He's about to blow! Cop's gonna blow, Kuno!
Fuck does Kuno care? Right, Pig. This is where Kuno plays with his little wooden choo-choo. Fuck do you want with it? Look at that fucking shit! You're trying to get Kuno killed! Fuck does Kuno know? Kuno's not a fucking...
The lieutenant takes a quick...
It's a trap, Kuno! Don't climb it, Kuno!
Dunno. Kiptas Gardener used to work there.
Kipt is a pejorative term used to describe people of South Seminese or Areopagite descent. It used to be a common first name among the Areopagites of Ilmara. Not so much anymore.
Look, Kuno doesn't explain shit. Kuno just says shit.
Yeah, her. What was she doing in the greenhouse in Fish is sometimes used to fertilize the soil a few weeks before planting something. Maybe she was preparing the garden beds. Yes, it seems suspicious. You don't like things being like that. Suspicious.
Don't be wondering about Kuno's shit, Pig. Yes, absolutely, absolutely. Why the fuck? Yeah, whatever. Kuno doesn't give a shit. Kuno doesn't...
Бля, и труп надо снять как-то еще.
An inconspicuous pile of the roofing material, Eternite. It's nothing. Someone just left some roofing material slanted against. Glad you asked. When junior researcher Olari Tal invented Eternite in the Vatna Polytechnic Institute some 30-odd years ago, he thought it would last forever. Hence the name, Eternite. Sadly, the only lock, because there's a secret door hidden behind the panels of Eternite. That's why they're too orderly. There it is. You see a shabby little door.
What is this then? A tool shed?
Так, нет, туда мы пока не...
Be still, my beating heart. It's amphetamine. The lieutenant isn't studying the powder. There's a good vague way to ask where he stands on drug use. Professionally, I mean.
Perhaps not. This is below our pay grade, detective. See that ladder there? It's probably another way into the industrial harbor.
Looks like someone left his tarpaulin cloak hanging on the railing here.
Yes, it's probably yours. It bears the RCM insignia, and you have a... You could probably make the jump. You look like you've done some track and field in your day. The cloak? I do think it's yours, yes. As to whether you should... Well, it doesn't seem too dangerous. 2 meters...
The cloak looks like a bag of goodies floating in the wind. Who knows what its pockets make? The wind is aggressive up here. The lieutenant looks at the enormous crane towering in the distance. Over. Then, he turns back to the sad piece of fabric flapping in the wind.
Если я сниму вот это и вот это, будет ли у меня больше шансов допрыгнуть?
A tarpaulin cloak is still caught on the railing.
Ну чё, я пиздану зиму.
A tarpaulin cloak is still caught on the railing. No one has claimed it for their own.
Да, я обосрался. Сейчас минус хп будет. А не будет.
Nope, no. That's still too high. What were you thinking? You're not a gymnast. You could have died there. Shit, 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 shit. I'm failing you.
Hey, hey! What happened? I understand. We can always come back when you are feeling better. It's just a cloak after all.
Ладно. Туда я сейчас не попаду. Назад же. Я вот сюда не зацеплю. Один, пожалуй, восстанавливаем.
Hello again, officer. How are things? Well, this might be the last snow we get. At least I hope so. Snow has nutrients in it. Helps everything green up in the spring. At least.
Yes, think about the cute grandma, not the weird snow. Stop looking at her. Look around. What do you see? That's right. And the canal, the bookstore, the harbour gates. This is a great vantage point for keeping an eye on you.
No, of course not. I don't understand what this is about. The kid did this, right? The red-haired rat? Can't say a sentence without or kipped. He's always giving me trouble. Maybe you shouldn't be. I mean, you do your job, But that kid is...
You've been resting here for quite a while, haven't you?
Yes, I'm tired.
I understand. The RCM isn't welcome here, and the local...
There's silence, the smallest of smiles.
That's okay, miss. Do what you have to do. I think we're done here.
Can I help you? Mine? No, it...
Thank you for clearing that up.
Why? To keep the hobos and drunks out. That's why. And...
I thought as much. And are you the only...
Well, yes. Us and...
It seems a little callous, doesn't it? Something stirs in you. Prod at him and find out.
What do you need them?
It concerns the case. Please cooperate.
Just bring them back once you're done, please. Absolutely out of the question.
Absolutely in the question. For your body is ready, sire.
What thing? Yes, not the whole damn union, thank God. They come here in the evenings. Dumb, unruly types. Think they're...
We should find out who this Lord faction is, occupying the booth. Loudness means talkative, and we need... We don't. We have to wait. They'll show up sooner or later. Men get hungry, even striking men.
There are these things called days. You sleep...
What?
By the way, you should come back to this thing-based questionnaire if you see anything interesting.
Что на кухне интересного?
A thin man is smoking below an exhaust hood, occasionally sipping. As you step in, he nods toward the table and says something in a completely foreign language. The only words you can make out are Grant. Okay, it's definitely not his name. Whatever you do, please don't call him Garancy Quebec. Please. It's not. The man puts his cup down and replies something. His left hand drawing arcs, and he smiles and bangs. It's almost like music, especially with the sounds of...
Не знаю, язык.
You see a heavy steel door with a prominent dimple lock. It's painted blue.
You do? It's a door in the back of the kitchen. Why do you care where it leads? Yes. I suppose it's worth seeing if we can get in. Just to be thorough. As a side investigation. If you say so, Gart is the person to ask about this. The cafeteria manager.
Can I help you? Another thing. Great. Oh, yes, that door, sure. There's nothing mysterious about it. No, I don't have a key. I don't know how to get there. And I don't care either. It's not...
Wondering about it is, of course...
Or some boring storage space with a bunch of old junk and dust.
He's attempting to maintain an air of indifference. It's absolutely not convincing.
Fine, okay, a little. But my job doesn't leave me time for wondering about one... So, I haven't opened it. I have cleaned the whole place 100 times over, though. After the animals. Yes?
Надо как-то открыть, ключа у меня пока нету.
You see a heavy... The door does not.
Да, это глупо было. Пошли мусорку чекать.
This trash container is locked. The slide with a well-oiled crack. Don't. Maybe you shouldn't. Just a feeling. A warning from some part of you. The smell of rotten food rises to greet you. You see soggy cartons, dirty rags, and organic waste.
We're just in time. This hasn't been emptied for over a week.
Among the threadbare kitchen towels, something as the legs of the slime-covered jeans begin to unspool from the garbage.
The victim's clothes? Cadaver in odor is faint. If these belong to the deceased, drop them in here, officer. Guitar marked blue jeans. Pockets empty or emptied. He wore them with a belt, too. A white belt. The belt is missing. That's it. Do you see anything else in...
Something slimy catches your eye. A drab, long-sleeved shirt, olive-colored, appears from the food waste.
This is a military-type overgarment. No label or serial number. This is the kind of rib-knit shirt that's worn over light armor.
The rest of the rags are just kitchen variety waste. A yellow old mug that catches your...
All right. We should go to Gart again and ask if he knows who put the clothes in the trash. It could be as simple as someone from the hostel cleaning the yard. Or that one. I'd advise... Not really. All we know is the victim's clothes are in the trash. The lid was locked and his establishment had the key.
The lieutenant nods, then looks back into the trash container. The container sounds a muffled gong.
That's one thing off the list. I think we got it all.
How strange. I certainly didn't put them there. The trash collection service, CS Municipal.
Ah, the elusive CS Municipal. I doubt we'll be able to track down who was sent here last and when. This will have to be one of those little threads that solves it. Thank you anyway.
Sylvie had the keys before I got here, and I can vouch for her. I can vouch for all my stuff. I think fugue states are more your forte, officer. Yes?
Чё, карта есть, нихера себе. А, подожди, это карта этих. Проверка.
Guillaume Le Million. Bad news. Guillaume Le Million did not become a cop. In 1938, he went on a tour to the Sinyao province in Safre, where he died of autoerotic asphyxiation. His body was found hanging from a decorative dragon tree in his junior suite.
За это еще плюшки дают какие-то, ничего себе. Так, что я хотел? Кто сложил одежду, как он...
Hello again, sweetie. I see you've met up with your colleague.
The lieutenant not wait. Who's Sweetie?
Why, you are, officer. You're a handsome man, officer, with your mustache and your chiseled jaw and that silly dimple on your chin. Take heart, officer. You must forgive me. I'm getting so scatterbrained. I'm Lena. My husband Morel and I are staying with our friend Gary just down the street,
Криптозоолог, это
but I
как?
come here for tea when they're away.
This Lena is wacky enough for the motley crew. Hire her on the spot.
Yes, officer. You look rather dazed. Like a stunned fox. But surely things can't be that bad. You know where we are, right? That's right. In a hostel called the Whirling in Rags, to be precise. Yes, and Revachol? The new disco dancing. It seems like a lifetime ago. Much has changed, but it is still the most beautiful city in the world. A rare jewel set in the sand between the pines. Everyone's speaking of history. You know what year it is, yes? That's right, dear. How splendid. Here, take this pen.
Her relief is palpable. She was getting pretty worried about you there.
I can tell that this is taxing for you, so I'll just ask one more question. What regime are we living under? What mode of government? Oh, sweetie. It's really not. Revachol is a zone of control led by an alliance of foreign powers called the Coalition.
But they still have cops.
Oh dear. And you were doing so well. There aren't any cops in Revachol, not in the traditional sense, but we should stop for today, sweetie. You look like you need a break.
She's scared now. She's realized you really are brain damaged.
Someone more educated in sweeping matters.
No, I'm not an encyclopedia.
Of course. Then I don't know. Someone rich, maybe? Wealthy people are educated. Though I don't know where you would find a wealthy person in Martinez. Whatever do you mean? Sequence killers? Oh my. But
A partner who needs you to help him get a corpse down from a tree.
It seems to me that you lucked out with your partner. He has the look of an upstanding officer of the law. Someone you can lean... Of course, dear. Good luck with...
Чё за ручка? «150 заданий, все надо расследовать».
Fuck does Kuno care? You found Kuno's secret door to Kuno's secret shack. It was closed for 5,000 years. Shit. Get the fuck out.
You can't do that, Kuno.
Pigs can't displace. Can't do that teleport shit. How did you like it in there, pig old boy? Kuno's got a lot of cool shit there, right? That's where Kuno gets his daily hit of electric. Kuno Shazam.
Bet you'd like to ride the lightning too, wouldn't you? You feel tired and old, but you could have that sparkle in your eyes.
Oh, that? Kuno decapitates pigs. That's just a Kuno demo tape. Yeah, to the both of you, watch your ass in Kuno's town, or Kuno's gonna fuck your head off. It's a vitamin pig? Don't you know anything?
You could use some.
Yeah, it's the mag. You fucking need that shit to stay on top of your game. Kuno goes through like a tube and...
Oh, don't teach him, Kuno! He's gonna use it against you, Kuno!
You're not getting this, pig. It completely takes away the hangover. It's like you didn't do anything. Like you...
Fuck you, pig! Don't do mag! You're gonna OD and you're gonna fucking die!
Is it? You got pretty fucked. Kuno's surprised you've still got your head after all that. Don't sweat it, drunk pig. Kuno will keep your nasty secrets. Kuno's not...
He's saying you climbed up there. He probably saw you do it. Yet, that conclusively explains how the coke got up there.
Of course you fucking can. How do you think Kuno made all the docky boys his gimps? Just gotta fly. Kuno knows. Kuno and C saw you shit yourself. It's okay, pig. Not everyone can face the feat.
That's all there is to it then. Don't be a pansy. Just jump.
Good call, Pigmeister. Don't come and talk to Kuno about his kingdom. Kuno doesn't...
Ну-ка, давай еще раз попробуем прыгнуть.
A tarpaulin cloak is still caught on the railing. No one has claimed it for their own.
Опять не прокнул. Либо он наебнется уже, наконец, чтобы я упал туда. Сыт еще.
Nope, no. That's still...
Sure. Just be careful, okay? Looks like you almost strained a muscle there.
Не туда зашел.
The worn and beaten wooden planks of the bench.
We can sit on benches after we've solved the murder.
Life doesn't need to be as... I'll be with you in a moment, officer. Let me just finish my sandwich.
Have you no shame? Whining about your back every time you bring out the...
René, you're a man with a fork in a world of soup. Please.
I'm trying to, but you keep breaking my concentration. You're old. I can see that.
These manly men are playing balls. This is a ball game. Grab a ball and play it. Don't. No. You got this. There's the ball.
Sure, officer. I am René Arnaud. And my specially abled partner here is Gaston Martin. How can we help you? Unfortunately, I don't. Unlike most of the locals, I have no qualms about assisting law enforcement in Martinez. The union is the law, so cop is a pejorative term. I don't have a problem with policemen.
He doesn't know about the crime. Your time is better spent discussing politics.
I'm confident they are indispensable in regard to all the paperwork and other administrative duties. No man can afford to turn his eyes to the horizon if his rear isn't secured. If the women folk take care of that,
The RCM doesn't discriminate. Women are held to the same standards as men. And as unlike men, they also have to deal with the very same mentality you two are displaying right now. If it weren't for...
I'm glad at least some people keep a level head in these turbulent times. Ah, yes! King Philip III on his...
Oh, absolutely. At the mercy of a cocaine-snorting tyrant who emptied the...
A superpower, feared and respected. A testament to what this country can be under the leadership of a true king. Someone who decisively, without fear of offending the sensibilities of the frail and weak-minded among his subjects. This is something the insurgents never understood. A nation is only as strong as its leader.
Don't get started on that again. What happened, happened.
The Carabinier doesn't reply, but...
Oh, old Philip was a big fan of the purple nose candy the nobility loved so much. A cocaine connoisseur of sorts. He's a...
You can't even take responsibility for yourself. How could you fathom the responsibility? That's why the Philippian kings use cocaine. For clarity of vision. To aid in their work. Regnum cocainum. Revershol's finest years.
Of course. Clarity of vision.
Philip III was even brought into this world with the help of cocaine. The court medic administered a dose to his mother when she was in labor.
He's just making excuses for the king's habits, isn't he?
I'm listening. Right.
This coin-operated viewer is facing southwest. Its coin slot is full of fossilized bubblegum, rendering the machine permanently inaccessible.
Probably some kids.
A thick layer of graffito covers the lenses. You spell out the word Onuk written on the... That's Kuno on the lens. Under the graffito, a sea of blues and greys appear. Behind the water lies a coast, studded with concrete and reed. You know this to be the star of Pericarnassus, or the Cairo, the central symbol of the Pericarnassian.
И пакетик. Теперь можно говно всякое собирать.
This is a wall on the side of an apartment building. You have no clue. So many walls all over Martinez.
Trying to sneak up on me.
Logic error.
Pig's come to take me out. Trying to snuff me out. Then why are you sneaking up on me like that? It's not a good idea to scare.
You see a young man on a balcony, nursing.
Not looking for any trouble, officer.
It's the voice of someone who has something to hide, my liege.
I don't want to be seen talking to the gendarmerie, if that's okay. I just want to finish my cigarette.
Don't let him go. This could be your witness. The balcony has a great view of the...
Is it really that important?
Like a nervous cat. He keeps...
All right, but make it quick. Once I finish this cigarette, I have to run. I'd even go so far as to say that the view is a little too good, my dear gendarme.
We will remove the body as soon as possible. Now tell us.
Oh. You already asked me that, didn't you?
Wait, is someone else investigating the lynching?
No, not you. Some more muscular type.
And when did you speak to this more muscular gentleman?
Last week? I don't know. Look.
He's an actor declaiming a soliloquy. See how you hang on his...
You didn't answer the question. What?
I had a friend over. It was my Sunday friend.
He doesn't reply, gesturing no with his cigarette. In the neighboring...
My name? My name is Martin Martinez.
That's definitely not his real name.
No, of course not. Could you please lower your voice? No. Now, if you'll excuse me, I really need to get going.
This isn't the place or time for questions. Who knows who might be what? For a moment, the man on the balcony seems almost vulnerable. Something...
I am sorry, but I really don't have the information you're looking for.
But, hold on. What's that? For a split second, his hand lingered. It's a sign.
Good luck with the investigation.
Опачки.
He's gone. No point in running. Tenements like these often have multiple exits. If he doesn't want to talk to us, then he'll know how to hide. He could be a witness. Him or his Sunday friend. Either way, he did leave us a sign. Did you see that? He wanted to draw our attention to that. If we find a way inside the building, we can ask around for his apartment.
A stone, like any other. There's a key beneath it, rusty from the dirt.
This must be for the front door. Pity he doesn't have the apartment number on it. We'll just have to go in and see.
Ой, ладно, пока тут остановлюсь, то, блядь, надолго будет. Все, попозже, может, запущу.